Hello everybody and welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our career mode in F1 2017. Our third season, we're into our fourth race. We're at the Russian Grand Prix, Sochi. Now we're going to get a bit earlier here because we're about to go into our qualifying, but we are about to see our dear friend Emma because we lost our rival to Grosjean, so I'm going to press this button and let's see the mole. Here she comes. No, there's no Gossip Collins because who would be talking about the new rival? It's going to be bloody Ocon, isn't it? It's going to be a Force India driver. It is Hulkenberg. Well, that makes sense. We've had some very good races with him so far. So, yeah, I like that. That kind of bit of consistency there because we've obviously been racing very well with him so far. So, okay. Someone different. We'll see if we can win one for once. All right. We are off to the qualifying of the Russian Grand Prix. Now, our highest qualifying here is 7th place back in Season 1 of F1 2016. Our best qualifying here in F1 2017 is 9th, which was last season. Of course, this is a race that we have only ever finished once, and that was in our last season. So, a bit of a bogey circuit for us here. Again, not that I dislike this track. I actually don't mind this circuit. Just we're seen to have some bad luck here. As we've got a dry race, the pace, obviously, qualifying isn't brilliant. So, we're just going to see where we get. I'm guessing we're going to be needed into the top 16, which we are. So, let's just try and get to our top 16, and we'll focus on the rest tomorrow. And we're getting to this DRS zone. We're going to probably be overtaken here by Hamilton or Vettel, whoever's on pole any second now. But, yeah, satisfying beginning to the season so far. And we would like to get a good qualifying, because again, qualifying is what's really letting us down in terms of having incidents at the beginning of the race, and obviously letting us down slightly in our overall career in terms of reputation. We mentioned in the last race in our battle with the Renaults there in Bahrain that should do well in terms of our reputation with Renaults. It did. Renault taking a bit of an interest in us after that race. So again, hopefully we can keep that. And we know if we fail in our qualifying objectives here, it'll drop right down, as it once again punishes you more for mistakes rather than it rewards you for things that you do well, which is frustrating. We're hanging on to a slight top 10 position here, but I feel we're not going to maintain that for the rest of this lap. Again, we just want to finish in the top 16. That is our overall goal here. Top 10 would be amazing, but I'm not holding out hope for it. If I lose the back end of the car like that and push myself wide, I'm a little bit ragged here. This last section of the circuit, as I'm letting him get away. I'll move him to 8th though, drop back down to 9th quickly. 9th would be fantastic. 9th would be very good if we can hold on to this. Let's push for 9th in Russia. Can we push for 9th in Russia? Can we get 8th in Russia? Wow, no, we got 9th. Oh. It looked as though we got 8th on the line, and we match our qualifying from last season, actually. But, how much did we miss out on, 1/10. Oh, not even a 10th. Wow. 200ths. That's crazy. Ferrari, again, another pole. 4 in a row for them. Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Massa, Perez, myself, Grosjean. Where did our teammate qualify? In 17th, and we got ahead of Hulkenberg too. So we'll be leading our rivalry, which is a positive. But let's get ourselves into race mode. Something we want to do now. Now, it's always this first lap in Russia, though, that kind of affects us, doesn't it? So it's nerve-wracking to think that we've got a good qualifying. Our best of the season, but it's about surviving Russia, which obviously, for a lot of people, is a lot more than just trying to survive this game. Jokes aside, Ben, about Russia's human rights. It's not very nice. I actually really do like Russia. So, hello to all our Russians. I'd love to go to Russia. So we're going to get some good development points there, surely. 65. Give us more than 65. 85. That's hand. All right, we're up to 819. That's good. We'll be leading this rivalry. We are. Yes. And our reputation is still sort of stalemate there with Renault, isn't it? Okay, that's what we want. We've got a dry. Okay. Positives, positives. All right. We know something. Again, you know how this race is going to turn out given the length of this video. So, only ever finished one Russian Grand Prix last season. We got points in that one too. We got a 10th. So, fingers crossed here for Sochi. See if we can do this, and hopefully we can continue to improve our reputation. All right. Excuse me. I'm a bit nervous here. we're going into 2 races after this that I generally don't do well in as well. So it's kind of, this is a race that I know I can do well in, I just have bad luck in. Spain's kind of that middle one. Alright, we've got an outside grid spot. That's not kind of where we want. We'll try and move ourselves into the inside just because we know what can happen in the walls here. Oh, okay. We've got a racy Haas. Oh, God, we've got a racy Force India. Oh, I don't like this. Whoa. Okay, I'm just going to hit the brakes there. No one on the right. Oh, what? I didn't touch anyone! And for some reason, I have gotten a penalty and I did not touch a single person. Wow. Okay. Fuck you, race stewards. Fuck you. That is absolute bullshit. As we find ourselves up, and we've got to finish in the top 13 here. So, see, that's more of a hit there, and that's more of an overtake off circuit, if anything, if you ask me, race stewards. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we've got it all to do here, given now that we're in our where we want to finish, but now that I've got this penalty, poor start. I can't wait to the replay at the end of this race to see where the hell they deemed I hit Magnussen. I did not feel any contact there at all. And once again, I haven't complained about this in a while, the consistency of the decisions in this game are ridiculous. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. That is absolute bullshit. Anyway, alright, we've got to focus on Lance Stroll in front of us here. We've got to make some positions. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to close the gap on this penalty. Okay, we're just going to shove one up the inside of Lance Stroll and make that work. Oh, okay. How's our fuel looking? Alright, we're going to put this up into rich mode for a while here because we need to keep this gap up to Magnussen. The bastard who apparently I hit. I question that. I question it big time. We need to make our way up further. We're going to somehow find 2 seconds over Lance Stroll, because we've got to get ourselves firmly into 13th place if we want to keep our reputation up high. Points are not going to happen today. We're not worried about points here. We're worried about our reputation. So, that is so frustrating. That is so beyond frustrating. Make a decent start, get swamped by everyone, and somehow this prick in front of us gives me a penalty. We're also losing to our rival here as well. Similar to last year, I remember racing Ricciardo very closely like this. I'm going to try one at the inside here of Kevin. Oh, yes! Thank you. That's how you do it. And the car feeling quite good around here, around Sochi. We'd be on for a point here if all of a sudden we didn't have our fucking penalty. Focus on the race, Ben. Focus on the race. Okay. I'm just keeping that little map thing over to the right of me there because I'm just going to monitor my fuel situation. Just keep this in rich mode for the moment. We're rapidly losing fuel. The fuel scenario on this engine is not good. Not good at all, is it? Should get some DRS up here. Okay, we're less than a second, so we definitely should get DRS. Rich mode and DRS. Give us a chance here on the Hulk. Give us a real chance here on the Hulk. We're going to push one up here. We're going to push one up here. Our rival. He's backed out of it slightly. He's still next to me. Got him. Thank you. That's how you do it. Switch out of rich mode in just a moment. So we are rapidly losing fuel. Alright. Okay, so we're not going to hold on to this 10th place. So I'm sure Hulkenberg's engineers told him he's got a time penalty. But this should at least put us up in a high enough position that we should easily be in the top 13. I feel, although that is a very close pack behind us. So I'm not actually 100% sure that will be the case. I'm going to have to put this back up to rich mode again, I feel. But we're not going to have enough petrol to do it. This is very interesting. I was actually judging on the gap behind me. I don't know if we've got 2 seconds over 13th. Once again, this stupid penalty decision is going to haunt me. And I bet you I'm going to finish in like 14th. And then my reputation will go all the way down straight away. Whereas it would be held up again because I'm racing well against a Renault again. And I'm ahead of my rival again. Oh, the frustrations of F1 2017 are apparent. Even though all the good stuff, just the little minor things are just so frustrating. We've got to pull up some gaps here. Okay, 6.6 tenths on Hulkenberg. We just can't do that with the fuel. Stuff it. We're going to try it again. Just monitor it there. Surely this can last us 2 more laps. We need it to try and get this up to Grosjean, which I don't think we're going to get Grosjean, but it's more of a case of we've got to get some speed. We've got to get ourselves into that purgatory zone of a space where we've got the gap of them ahead. Come on, Hulkenberg, just spin out or something. Cause a delay behind you. Something along those lines would be fantastic. It's not looking good here, kids. It's not looking good. If you're tuning into this and somehow find your way halfway, I don't know why you'd be just tuning into this. You're probably thinking, well, you're in a good position, Ben. You're in the points again. But I've got a 2-second penalty hovering over my head. And I've got to finish in the top 13. I'm going to have to put that off Rich. I just can't keep that up. I don't think I've got 2 seconds over Stroll. And now Hulkenberg is getting very racy with me again. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. I'm going to take him back. Oh, no, I've pushed myself too deep. I've pushed myself too deep. Don't want to retire. Oh. Okay. Get a hold of that slightly. But this train is not far enough behind me. I'm going to be in about 15th position here with this penalty. This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. I'm racing so well. And I did not hit anyone off the start line. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this at all. My entire race has been affected by something that I didn't even do. And I'll gladly accept responsibility if I take a look at this replay and I deem that I have. But I need to keep that gap back there the way that was. But it's not going to happen. Because I seem to do alright in the first part of the circuit, but then they catch up to me big time in the middle. And this should be 3 points finishes in a row, but it's not. I've actually never finished the first 4 races on Casual Gamer Oz. So this will be a first. If I can finish this lap, it'll be the first time I've ever opened a season without a retirement in the first 4 races. That's how you jinx yourself, of course. So, anyway... We've got Spain obviously coming up next. We probably have an invitational, I feel, between now and Spain. I think we generally have one after Russia, isn't it? It's after Russia or Spain. There's at least another. I think it's after this race we'll have another invitational. Give me a bit of a time to cool myself down a little bit over that ridiculous decision. At least this time around I've got some more speed over the Hulk, who is catching me. Oh god, I nearly lost it there. What was I doing? What was I doing there, Ben? We're going to maintain 10th on track, but what will this penalty bring us? Should be a level of appeal or something like that. Like you have a certain amount of appeals in a season, you can get your original position back. I mean, you can appeal in real life. Vettel wins, so that's good. Ferrari won 4 from 4. But, yeah, like in real life, you can obviously appeal the decision. So there should be that built into the game, you know? Oh, where am I going to finish? Oh, I got 13th. Oh, well, it's frustrating to think that I actually did get 10th on track, but positives, I met race expectations. Positives are that I finished. We've finished all 4 Grand Prix so far this season, but it's frustrating. We have to look at this replay because I'm calling bullshit on this. Alright, where is this alleged contact? Okay, so there he is there. I'm just going to slow this down. There he is there. He drives into me! How is that a penalty? This is bullshit, Codemasters. Look at that. I am completely on my... I don't even move. He drives straight into me. And I get a penalty for it. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. I'm lost for words. I am lost for words that is a penalty. And that's cost me another point. Alright. We will find ourselves into an invitational, I think, next. Vettel, Bottas, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Massa, Perez, Grosjean, Hulkenberg. Grosjean also got a penalty too by the looks of things there, did he? Yeah, he did. So, yeah. Alright, so Vettel leads the championship now ahead of Raikkonen, Hamilton falling back, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Massa moves up to 7th, Perez, Grosjean, Stroll. And constructors-wise, well, no change there. Same positions as last race. We'll be back for Spain. We'll also be back for the No Doubt Invitational that we're about to have. But thank you for tuning to a very frustrating race here for Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our season mode here on F1 2017. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll speak to you next time. Good night.